Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, or Tank12, and today I'm bringing you a T32 gameplay. And first and foremost, happy Thanksgiving to all the American viewers or whoever celebrates that. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I heard that some people in Great Britain also celebrate Thanksgiving, but more the Black Friday part where they take apart the entire store because of the sales that are going on. So today we're playing Steps on Encounter Battle, and we're sitting in our T32. Well, the T32, I've been playing this tank quite a lot recently. I had this tank unlocked for a very long time. I played it like 2 years ago until I got the T34, and I was not very happy with this tank. In my opinion, it was really bad. And I tried. Well, I had some credits left. That was 2 months ago, and I thought, why not rebuy this tank and let's give it another shot. I mean, the turret. Always, every time when I go up against the T32, I seem to be bouncing a lot of shots on the turret, on the lower plate even, and that's why I got this tank again. And yeah, we're playing Encounter, so I'm going to the flag post since I like to go on this side on this map, and this was actually a darn close game, and you will see what the title means if you watch the complete gameplay. In World of Tanks, it's important to never give up and always to keep a cool head in certain situations, and not to overextend yourself. That is also very important in this game, and that's one of the hardest things to do, in my opinion. And that is to get the right feeling for every tank, to know when to strike, when not to, when to pull back, and just to know what to do in certain situations. So you can see the T32 as one heck of a turret. This turret is almost impenetrable. The only place you can pen this turret is pretty much here, the commander's hatch, which is actually a quite reliable source to shoot at, because I don't know, I think they changed the commander's hatches a little bit, because they are really penning me every time now, and you'll probably see in this gameplay that they are going to do some damage. So you can see we're only 2 tanks over here. We have 2 E75s sitting at our own, at our base, almost base, like the old base, and they're not doing anything actually. So one of the problems that I have with World of Tanks is the artillery, and you can see why in this gameplay pretty much. Unfortunately, I bounced at the T30, and the Audi just got me for 600 damage right there. 600 damage, and I was not very positive about this game because we already lost 5 tanks, and we did not do a sustainable amount of damage, and this flank was about to fall. And right here you can see the T32 hull down is an incredible strong tank. I can easily shoot this guy, and since the 110 knows that I have really good hull armor, he can't really, turret armor, he knows that he can't pen me, and he bounces me right there. Unfortunately, I bounced the cupola on the T30, and I realized that I have to pull back. I'm going up against the T30 and the T34 and the 110 all by myself. I take the hit by the IS, and now the E75s come into the game, and they're finally engaging the tanks, what they should have been doing at least 2 minutes earlier, and we would have easily had that one. So right there you can see the T34 3 has terrible gun depression, so that's why it's so easy to get some nice side shots into that tank. And my biggest concern right now is still artillery. The E75s are working the corner, and I have to say they're not very skilled players. They're showing their side armor. They're not really turning their armor at all. I think they're just really, they're maybe new to the game, and well, maybe they're just they just trust their armor too much. So right there you can see we tracked the T30, and he's pretty much dead. He's in a really bad spot right now. We track him again, we retrack him, and he bounced our turret actually, because he had the gun depression but not to hit our lower plate. So he shot and he pulled back immediately, and he didn't take his time, and he hit our gun mantlet right here. You can see we can't get the snapshot into the T29, and this is one of the things I have that I really don't like about the T32. It is very, very, very weak, or not weak. The gun is very unreliable. The shell kind of flies all over the place, and it does not do a lot of damage. And right there you can see artillery is back up on us again, and I can pretty much count. I've been hit by artillery twice now, and the T29 pinned us there just a second ago. Now 3 times by artillery, he didn't hit me though. And now remember, they have a bad chat 4 times, bad chat 155, 55, and he has 5 shots. Luckily for me, I take only a HE round to my tracks from the IS. I move up, and the E75 and the T28 come to my help, and we are able to take out these guys right here. So 4 times shot by artillery, or not directly hit, but close by hits or direct hits. 2 direct hits, 2 misses. The IS comes around the corner and they take out the T28 prototype. The bad chat takes out the T28. So the bad chat is probably reloading right now. And I realized that the Jag Tiger and the Tiger, they will be coming around from our spawn, and they will be coming to the cap. They have 2 more tanks left and 2 more artillery, and I'm almost dead. So Artie misses me again. 5 Artie shots right there, and I still have 90 HP. My tank is badly hit. I've done 3,468 damage. I'm trying to turn this around. I want to know how much HP the Jag Tiger has, because it's important, because the APCR rounds I have, and you can see 6 times hit by artillery. I got very lucky there. If I moved up a little bit closer, he would have definitely killed me with that 1 shot. And I turn around, I try my best to stay hidden from the enemy tanks and artillery, and right here, moving up, I'm trying to get a good shot on the side turret of the Jag Tiger. Fortunately, he disappears, and I don't have the gun depression to take him out. We bounce off the Jag Tiger, but we don't give him the opportunity to shoot us. Our E75 right there is doing pretty well right now. He's facing a Tiger, so he has the superior armor. Artillery missed us again. 7 Artie shots right there. And I'm playing it a little bit safer right now. I realized that the Jag Tiger probably will move in to engage the Tiger. No, the E75. So I realized that I have to go back to the E75 and secure his left flank, and I cannot stay on this slope where I can dodge artillery rounds. So I was deciding if I would go and engage the artillery, or if I would go back to help the E75, and I decided to go help the E75. I still am just sitting here seeing if the Jag Tiger is spotting right now. Any second from now, I'll be heading back. So yeah, I think I'm heading back right now. Nope. So I'm heading back. The T32 is not a very fast heavy tank, but it's also not as slow as the low. It does have a good normal speed for a heavy tank. It's quite reliable. And right here, I know that I can't cross the open, or else I would die. I take a shot at the Tiger, and I think I take another one. I use APCR right there. I hit him through the gun mantlet, and he still has 15 HP right there. Artillery has not fired at me, which is weird, which makes me think that they're still reloading, at least a bad chat. And there we go. 2 Audi misses. I was talking too fast. There was 9 shots, 9 Audi shots. I'm in a very good spot. I take out the Jag Tiger, the most dangerous foe right there. And I've dodged 9 Audi shots, or 7 Audi shots, and I got 2 directly in my face. You could see the Jag Tiger was playing a little bit too aggressive. He was showing his lower plate. He should have stayed behind that ridge line right there, where I would have had a really bad time penning his upper plate. So the Tiger is right there, and I engage him, and I've turned 2-on-1 into well, no, actually it was a 4-on-1 into 2-on-1. Unfortunately now, as already said, you should never give up. Right there, if I would have given up very early on in the game, when I was writing GG and I just suicided, I would have probably got horrible results in the end, and I would have not had this very close game. Unfortunately, I will spoil it right here. This was not a victory, and you'll see why. So, the T32, it has a 105mm gun, and that means that I cannot one-shot the bad chat, 155 with normal AP rounds. That's why I change and load HE rounds right here. The HE does have, I'm gonna stop it real fast. HE rounds do have 420 damage, standard damage, and they have a penetration of 53mm. And that is enough to go through the bad Chatillon, and enough to go through the M12. So what I didn't expect right here was that these guys, I saw a tree fall, so I didn't expect these guys to be right out there. So the first thing I was doing, I was engaging the bad chat 155, and you can see that I did a very good, very high damage roll with 403, which is quite nice. I almost took him out. And now this was actually my fault. I've done 4,613 damage. I have 44 HP left. That means if they just splash next to me, I'll be dead. So I'll try to re-engage these guys. The M12 comes around, which is a very, very fast artillery. And this is one major misplay by me. Now the M12, what I didn't think about is that the M12, its hull armor will be, that the hull armor of the M12 will be decent enough to withstand the HE round. And now, first of all, I did not expect the M12 to be rushing me, because that is something I would have never done. Props to him, he surprised me. He surprised the shit out of me right there. And I was thinking the M12 would try just to spot me and sit somewhere behind the ridge line and evade me, and so he can't get shot. But I didn't expect him to be rushing at me and engaging me head-on TD style. But this is why I got really, really nervous. I made a big misplay. I shot his lower and his plate right there, his frontal armor, instead of shooting, if you're engaging artillery piece, you have to shoot its very, very easily penetratable gun mantlet right there. You will do definitely 100% damage. You will pen the tank, and you will do all the damage your HE rounds can do. Unfortunately, I panicked there, and I made a big misplay, and I hit his frontal armor. He survived it, and he rushed me down, and it was GG. This was a very, very close match. I did enjoy this match, and it gave me a very new perspective of this tank. first of all, I thought this tank was really, really bad, but actually this tank is quite decently armored if you look at the turret. If you can stay hold down with this tank, you can unleash the pain. The only problem is that your gun is not 100% accurate, and it's not the best gun with, let's say, damage-wise. But you can definitely do a lot of damage if you're a tier 8 match, and you get a good spot. The only problem is, of course, artillery. Now, artillery in the game is very important, or else everybody would just be camping at one spot. But I think the time or the amount, like the amount of artillery shots right there, that was 10 shots in 10 minutes, like, just on me. And let's say they've also focused on other tanks sometimes, and they managed to place 10 shots on me. That's quite a lot, actually. And I'm not sure, but I think that's a little bit too much. Maybe they have to, in my opinion, artillery out of the game would be the best option. But that will not work. It's a part of this game, and you just have to live with it. So it's not going to be, it's not worth it to go rage about artillery. But I got very unlucky right there, unfortunately. And I don't want to blame my team. It was Thanksgiving, so I know 5 times first victory. A lot of people will be playing who don't play that much, and if my team would have played a little bit better, we probably would have pulled this off if the E75s would have been a little bit faster. But still, the one E75 held out for a very long time, and this was still a very nice and very good match for me. I still managed to get a lot of HP, no, XP, and a lot of credits. So yeah, it was GG, and it was very close. And I think that if you're in such a situation, never give up. Don't leave the game. Try to play it to the end, and really be like an aggressive dog. Bite anything that tries to engage you, and maybe you'll be lucky, and you are smart enough, not like me right there with the M12. You'll be able to take out all the enemies without dying, and maybe you're able to turn around the game and to win this. So yeah, this was Tiger Tank 1-2 with the T32 heavy tank, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys, or weekend. I think Thanksgiving is already over, but I hope you enjoyed this gameplay, and I'll see you guys later.